The journey keeps winding down. Through all of your life, while the devil keeps smiling down.
I will love this a ghost I ain't never seen. Hold the weight in my hands till my page got bent. Had a dream I was heard, but the room stayed still. So I learned how to speak what I hope to feel. I was raised by the tongue, but forgot my name. Where the light only came when I hit with my flame. They said be strong, but meant be numb. So I smiled through the ache just to feel like one. Every hallway I pace had a voice I feared. Every echo back truce and I never cleared. I was 12 with a jaw that could bite through steel, but a heart stayed soft just to know what's real. I ain't lied when I said I could feel this shit. Watch home turn cold, look the mess would live. So a friend turned foe for a glimpse of cloud. Now I trust in silence when the words come out. I had a home that looked good from a photo frame, but the love stretched past and the guilt and shame. Used to pray for a break in the roof that leaked. Now I sit with the rain like it's mine to keep. Seen days turn weeks with no end in sight, but the dark felt calm when the lost felt fight. So I held to the cracks in our own design. Though the voice from the pain I refused to mind. I remember the girl who believed too much, said it's always wrong to forget to trust. She cried through the night with a soft I'm fine, and I wish I could fix what was never mine. Had a brother in chains that were made from fear. Every smile he wore wasn't close to clear. Used to fight to feel he was worth the breath. Now it's silencing harder than the talk of death. But I don't beg for love, they don't know my shit. I don't run from the truth when the bending breaks, and I just sit with the weight till the forms come back. Like a stone that promise that the sky is red. But every wound I nurse had a deeper song, and the chords only played when I held too long. So I cut what I couldn't burn what I stayed, and now I live in the lines like the fire he made. I've been told I'm too deep for the world this fast, but I burn with the one slow down, make it last. I don't need to be loud just to make my mark. I just plant what I know when it quiet down. So if you feel this burden, you know my blood, and the truth I bleed ain't just one old flood. And who is
The joy that you're finding. The joy that keeps winding down. Through all of your life, while the devil keeps smiling down.
I woke up new, the same soul, new skin, same wardrobe, but the peace built in. I had to lose my edge just to find my tone. Had to break that cage just to call it home. Used to beg for the world just to know my name. Now I walk through the doubt like it's old domain. Ain't no crowd gon' fit, this the truth I grew. Had to shed that hurt just to shine that blue. Still see ghosts when I pass that black. Still hear lies, they hear what's taught, but I smile now. Yeah, I learned that code. Every loss was a step in the road I owe. Yeah, I woke up new, but I'm still that flame. Still root, still tone, still soul, still name. I had to die in the dark just to learn my hue. Still me, still true, just woke up new. I've been going through the fires that the world don't see. Learn that God don't talk, he hums through me. Used to run from pain like it wore my face. Now I sit with fear, poverty makes space. Every no I met was a quiet door. Every fall I took built the wings I wore. Ain't chase life, I became that beam. Ain't chase peace, I outgrew the scream. They said change up, I said nah, You need more truth. Yeah, I wake up new, but I'm still that flame. Still root, still tone, still soul, still name. Had to die in the dark just to learn my hue. Still me, still true, just woke up new. The mirror said, look, don't stare too long, cause the past still singing the old sad song. But I hung back low like a sacred key. Still pain, still peace, still harmony. Now I walk with calm that the storm can't shake. Talk less, but the ground still quake. Every scar I wear still shine like art. Every loss I met, it just turned my heart. Ain't no crown that can top self-knowing. Ain't no grave that can stop what's growing. Still root, still breath, and still flame, still hue. Still rise, still rain, now I just woke up new. Yeah, the old me gone, but the light came through. Still root, still flame, and still one, still true. Still God in motion, I woke up new. And this is what I'm gonna do, and who is. I grew up where ambition gets smothered by blacks, and where the dreams get robbed and same hustles get watched. I learned man early, subtract big wins and multiply survival, divide the weekends. I speak code cause the streets raise me rugged. The mind stayed sharp like the blade freshly cut. I don't talk through, I let the facts do the flexing. Rules on full pressure and big off these lessons. Cats talk money but broke work and soul. I see rich man go try to butt the life they hold. I move smart and never lie with my plan. You progress your moves, I advance like a man. The punchlines down to take your frame. The bars hit hard like a 38 mean. I don't need hype, y'all grew up with stress. And where I respect get earned, don't beg or express. I've been dead broke, still rich in spirit. Now my words cost more cause I live every lyric. I don't chase clout, I'll chase the clarity. Too many laws trying to win popularity. They want shortcuts, I want the performance. I feel slow cause fast wins temporary win. I don't glorify crime, I survive and clean. That's the difference when you live with a rhyme and a scheme. I leave rivals confused when they calm demeanor. Smile real slight while the dismantle careers. I ain't evil, I'm honest with the feminine touch. The truth hit harder when delivery snap. I've been threatened since the pad met the pen. The words recognize I don't need many friends. I don't sneak this, I don't have step tough. And when I say it, and in the sideway chalk. This is the big L energy, raw and precise. No gimmicks, no mercy, just bars on ice. If you feel this, you probably built the same. If you not on back, or this a different name. Why I came with a positive end to watch your thing change. That's what they saying, what I got in this insane brain. It's kinda crazy, you never saw my view. That's got a meme, I got a picture too. My deja vu of what a moment is. I hope a Kodak really take it. Talk about a record, you can bet I'll break it. No mistake, a nigga heading for greatness. And what you saying right now, cause I know that you patient. Waiting leave for me to get the job. Waiting for me now to hit your back. With a shot, that nigga he hot. They talk about the sun, now what you think that I got? Hold up now.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Long day, long fucking day. Too long, too long. A lot of development, some rest, not enough rest, but yeah, a lot of development. I honestly didn't even test it as much as I want to make sure shit's working, but I do know I'm in a game, and I'm not bent arm, legs, and limbs all over the place anymore. You know, I don't look like a scary character running around the map anymore. So at least that's good. I know that works. What I did see previously was the character was like facing to the right, and when I want to run straight, he's still facing to the right, which is annoying. Because that means as I put in more avatars, or as you guys buy avatars for the marketplace, I gotta make sure it spawns in the camera correctly. So going through that testing phase, ideally I want to be done with this scenario of the game. I didn't want to be sitting here doing character shit. Like I wanted to move past the characters, get that character pipeline done, and go right into the vehicle stuff that I was telling you about yesterday, where I can actually have all of the displays, like the speedometer, and whatever display you want to put in your game when the vehicle is being interacted can be there, right? So that will go a lot faster than the characters because that's simple. But the characters, they're the hardest part right now. Once I get past this, we should have a good smooth sailing. Knock on wood, no problems in hindsight. But in the meantime, we're still doing our thing. We're still going. We're still moving. I got, damn, I got 5 days. So not a lot of time, and I technically got to upload this build now to Steam because they need 2 days or 3 days or even 5 business days themselves to test the game, make sure it's good, and release it. So I'm hoping they don't push our release date back. If I push it now tonight, we should have a good scenario of timing where at least they'll see this recent build, push it through, and then I could just update in real time, whether it's me doing it through stream or just developing over time and just updating the game. So that's the goal. But let's get right into the game. I want to show you me in it. Hopefully it's working. Everybody cross their fingers. We shouldn't have any problems, but we might. We might. We're both gonna learn together in a second. So the good old music. I'm gonna add Manifest Radio soon, definitely very soon. I have this music model that I need to add to it, so I will do that. The music model won't be live in the game, so it's not gonna make the game bigger. But yeah, it'll be. I'm typing in the wrong password. Crazy. So I'm tired, your boy is. Alright, so let's create a new project.
Welcome to Manifest
Let's,
Anything. How can I help you?
forgot he talks. I don't think you heard that. But and I gotta take off that little error. I don't know if you guys ever see that, but when I first try to open up a map, it says no compiles, or whatever it says, no maps. That's just like the game having that as like an error point for me, because at one point when I was building it, I had to make sure the maps were loading up, but they weren't, so I had to add that error message so I can get the exact error message so I can fix it, right? Because I didn't know what was going on that period at that time. Now, obviously, we're way past that, so I just gotta take off that error message. It's kind of like a dev message, if that makes sense. So I had to do that for myself so I know where I was. I spoke too long, so I gotta restart. Give me a second. But yeah, that's basically what that is. Shout outs to the 104 of you that are in here right now. It's been pretty consistent on numbers, so appreciate you guys. And the 5 followers just got. Shout out to E too. The wife over there. But yeah, like I just gotta keep building. We're almost there. We're almost there. There's not a lot left. This will be definitely the past and I can't do show password because obviously I don't want to leak my own password. It's crazy.
Welcome to Manifest Anything. How can I help you?
Let's get into this icy road. Compile. So the loading times are a little faster as well. I'm gonna make them even faster than this because it doesn't even have to be this long. Since all the maps are technically saved in, it could just spawn a lot faster unless you have custom things in the map. Obviously, if you're building a game and you've added new stuff, it's gonna have to take time to load that unless you save it a certain way, and I don't have that available right now. Just so you know how saves work, again, I think I explained this maybe on the first live, but JSON files are important to this game system. JSON files explain to the AI exactly where your game was at, so it's like a checkpointing, and the JSON files basically just outline all of the different assets, maps, characters, gameplay, scenarios, and also like weapons or whatever else I'm missing inside that file. So it pulls that, like, think of a memory card, and instead of it being like, that's actually kind of how a memory card works. I don't know if you know, but Same way, so it's like saving in your memory card, and then once you populate your game, it puts you exactly where you were. Now, let's see, this is the moment of truth right here. All right, he's still facing to the right. So, a couple problems though. He's facing to the right, and he's also, oh, wait, wait, I lied to you guys. I lied to you guys. It is fixed. All right, cool. So yeah, I'm in the game. So this is a big, big thing. There is a couple deforms going on. That's me though. Like this isn't the game. That's me being lazy on creating the avatar, doing it quick, and making sure that I can at least get it in there. Now that I know it's in there, the arm is a little bent. Okay, maybe it's a lot bent. So I'm gonna fix the bent, and then obviously you can see right here in the pants. I don't know what the hell is going on there. So that is, I do know it's just me being lazy. I should just, what needs to happen while I'm creating the avatars, I need to actually fix the meshes in a way that they stay on top, like in character creator or any type of creator platform you use to create avatars. The meshes, depending on how you do it, they may not pull in. So you can even see my face here. It's missing some of the beard, it's missing some of the eyebrows, etc. This won't happen for any of the stuff that's in the marketplace because it'll be production grade. This is just pure testing for me to see, like, okay, can it take this FBX file and auto rig it, which it did. So that's a big win. I would want to clap for myself because that shit took like 10 hours, way longer than I said. I said to you guys yesterday it was going to take me 3 hours, and it decided to tack on another 7 on top of that. So it is what it is. But yeah, I'm in a game. I am in a game officially, and it's kind of cool because I've never been in a game ever. So to build a game, to be in the game, and to create the avatar of myself all in one process is pretty cool. So proud of myself there. But now I got to do some things. Does he jump? Okay, cool. He jumps. So here's what I got to do next. I'm gonna fix the bones for the arm specifically because this is important, and I know exactly what's happening. His hands are probably webbed, and that's because of LODs. So it's like level of detail. I can change that and probably put it to a 3 instead. Right now, I think it's at no setting. So if I bring it to a 3, it'll bring in those meshes a lot clearer. The face will be more realistic, and the hands won't do this shit, right? From that point, everything in the marketplace that exists right now has those LEDs, so you won't have to worry about that. Any avatar that you guys want me to create, this is the last day, obviously, if you've been keeping count. Um, you guys will be able to go in a game too for free as of right now. But this is the last day. So tell me now. If you don't tell me today, tonight it is over at 12 o'clock. And you will have to pay some type of price point that I'll come up with by tonight, and I'll let you know by next stream, whether it's tomorrow or the following day. And we'll go over what that pricing structure will be. You'll be able to order the avatar on the Manifest website, and it'll be created within 24 hours, if not less. And then I'll come up with some AI structures to do that because there is an AI workflow that I can do, and that will allow me to generate these avatars without me actually doing it. And it'll be a lot cheaper if that's the case. I'm not going to charge you the same price if it's being automated. If it's me manually doing it, then think of me putting in hours of time to build your avatar, right? And you want to be perfected, you want to look a certain way. So yeah, it's gonna have to take some time sometimes. But yeah, man, this is working well. I didn't fix the ground as you saw. I just went down into the ground as I was running, but it is working enough for me to run with the character, and that was all I was worried about because the character pipeline is important, especially for our partnership that we're potentially gonna do. When they bring in all their assets, we want to be able to auto rig them. So this is huge. And this is going to auto rig for every type of character. It could be Incredible Hawk, it could be a humanoid, it can be an alien, anything, a dog, cat, whatever it is. Like it's going to auto rig all of it. So that's a huge win. Yesterday, as you saw, I was just deformed, and as much as it was working pulling in the assets, it needs to be rigged right. So if I'm holding a gun, the gun looks good being held here. So that's why it's important for me to fix the hands and the arms right now, because if I don't do that, then it's gonna just the gun's gonna look weird. You know, it's not gonna really be holding the trigger. And I want that animation to look clear, especially if you decide to create an ultra realistic game, for example. It needs to have that ability to show the real animations of the fingers moving, the trigger moving, and all these things. And the only way for that to happen is the avatar is holding its portion and weight of that, right? So if the fingers are supposed to go back and forth while the trigger is being pulled, the avatar's fingers have to have different levels of LOD. But I can start with three between, I think it's between 1 and 5. So I can start with 3 and I can slowly progress in and out. So let's say baseline of the game will be a 3, but if you want to go downgrade your game into a pixelated game or like more cartoonish, it will just go down in LOD. If you're going like higher in resolution, then it'll go higher in LOD, obviously. So that's what I gotta do there, but that's a simple fix. I'm glad this shit works well. Camera works well. Um, the map is loading pretty good, so that's good. That's good. So vehicles, this ground problem, I'm gonna fix. I'm gonna put that in the menu so you guys can actually select the ground like this, and there'll be a menu here, as I mentioned. So instead of it being just change material and drag the object, it'll also have like, I don't know what to name it yet, but it'll have a third option to level out the stuff, right? Like even the menu here, you see I have terrain tools. So it'll probably be like terrain tools here. And now it will just give you ease of access to change the terrain so it's more compounded or compiled to where you don't have to fall into the ground so it can realize, okay, under this road is actually snow and the character is supposed to live on top of the road. And I'll even give you the ability to drag your character tight to the road, which will tell the game exactly where the leveling is for the character. So as the character is running uphill, downhill, straight, etc., it knows, okay, this is the road's process and the path that it needs to be going in. So that's what I'll do next. And again, I'm not trying to give you too many tools where it feels like you're like building in like Neos or Roblox, anything like that. Like those are cool platforms, right? But that's manual building. That's not the point of this game. This game is supposed to be by prompt and it generates the game. So as much as I'm giving you these editing tools, it's not really an editor game. It's really a game that's supposed to generate. I'm just giving you these editor tools in case you want to fine tune the AI generation, right? So don't expect too many editing tools, but I'll give you the most important ones to make sure that it works. See, like even right here, this is a good example. See how I took off the road because I selected it twice? This is where I will put in that function because now I can say I want to change the material of this part of the road to this, but I also want to keep the terrain here. So he's in the ground right now, but I can select it again once I add it and say he's supposed to be above this part of where the plaid checkerboard, whatever you want to call this, is at, right? So then he'll always be on top of that, but it's obviously happening here where now he's on top of the thing, but under this mesh here is probably a dip in the snow and there's no collision on the map right now telling it to stay as a road. So if I was driving a car right now, it would just crash and probably blow up. So we're not gonna do that, but yo, like we're making progress. We really are. This is extreme progress to have these characters in here because now any character that ever existed in any game, he's going lower and lower. But any character that exists in any game can now actually exist in this game. So it doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter what level of detail it is, it'll be able to come in here and be a game. So that's pretty dope. And you can obviously make your own characters of whatever. It doesn't have to be you, it can be anything. So that's what's gonna be cool as well. Whoa, that's really low. Where are you going? That's kind of funny. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how long this stream's gonna be. I don't want it to be too short. Check chat. All right, I don't see any chat. I don't see any questions. But like, ultimately, that's what the game has to do. I'm hoping, probably tomorrow I can knock a lot of shit out because I really want to go through testing and redesigning of the game overall. Like, I want the game to have a better UI Like I said, this is a lot of dev UI for me just to make sure shit works. But now like we're going more into production, so I want it to be like more just nicer overall. I don't know if the word I was really trying to think of, but you know what I mean. You know, like just nicer. So all this is working good though. He's running on the snow pretty good. So obviously the snow has good collision. It's the road that really has the problem, which tells me that I probably have that scenario going in with many maps. So it's probably because I need to tell the AI exactly what different road types are, and it will be able to auto fix the road. So I do have two routes on fixing this right now. I can fix it manually on this map specifically, or I can make the AI have this automatic auto fix, and as it's compiling shaders, realize there's certain road points and make sure they're leveled out properly. So as you run, it doesn't break because it did it well, as you can see with the snow. We have no problem here. So other than it slightly being higher, but you can't even really notice that. I'm only noticing because I'm just the OCD's kicking in. And obviously there's no collision for this house, which isn't a big deal because there's really no structure in the house. So I'm not mad at that. If there was structure in the house, then obviously I wouldn't like that. But that's up to you guys to then add that structure. You would add in like whatever material you want in the house to make sure that it has it, or at least prompt the AI to add it for you. Tell it to have it interactive where it will either add a door or you can add a door yourself. And then outdoors say, okay, press E. And when you hit the E button or the E key, if you're on a PC, it will. Hold on. All right, so I think I'm back. But again, I don't know what happens. My shit just cuts off sometimes. It's just annoying. But yeah, that's basically what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna make sure that interaction key works, and you'll be able to add doors, whatever, into the game, and do whatever you gotta do there. Um, I did mention swim that I'm looking at water. I do need to add that. I'm gonna add one swim though. One swim animation. I'm not adding any more than that. If you guys want more swim animations, I'll do a live. It's what, February 11th? Let's say by the 21st, we'll do a live specifically on just motion capturing. So you guys know how to create a video, whether it's a video you already have, maybe existing on TikTok or wherever, and either connecting your TikTok account to Manifest, which is, I don't know if I really want to do that, but like we could. If we connect your TikTok account, what it can do is pull all the videos. If you have Pacific dances or you have any swim videos or whatever, it will pick that up and you can use that as the motion for your character in the game. So there'll be two options, but ultimately the main option will be just uploading that video and allowing that to convert into a motion. So then once you say, okay, I want this to swim, or you click the character to give it abilities, it will have swim as one of them, you know? So that is the move. There is only one run animation. I'm going to add one sprint, so that will be there as well. The run animations are going to be up to you guys too. All of the motions are going to be up to you guys. I'm not going to do a lot of that. I think that's where creators can have fun by adding their own types of runs and different motion abilities into the game themselves without us being so involved in that process. If you want us to do it and you guys request it either within our Discord or whatever, obviously we'll do it. We're not going to gatekeep and say no. Whoa, was not expecting to fall off the map like that. That's a fall. That's a fall. All right, so that's a serious fall. He's gonna fall forever. He's gonna fall forever. I'm not ever gonna reset it because I want to see how long it falls for, and that's a long time. So I gotta do something for this for you guys because depending on what you guys do on your maps, I know you guys aren't game developers by default. I'm gonna just switch off real quick and then switch back on to Unreal. But I know you guys obviously aren't game developers. Most of you guys are going to be players. So I'm going to make sure that shit like that doesn't happen. And how that's going to happen is basically creating collision points and letting you know like danger zones, for example. So if there's a danger zone, the game will realize that and say, okay, like at this point of the map, it just ends. So do you want me to continue this? And the AI will say it to you. Do you want me to continue this road, or do you want me to add this into another destination of a map? So again, think Grand Theft Auto. As you go through different cities, they're technically different maps, right? Like as I showed you the icy road, we can go into another map now, and I can go to the Asian village. That endpoint could be the point of it now turning into the Asian village, for example. So you're driving on an icy road, and then now the map turns into this new map because you passed that destination point, which in your case, if you're the creator, is the danger zone, right? And you use those danger zones to create more of a
Welcome
bigger
to
map
Manifest
over
Anything.
time
How
by
can I
just
help you?
compiling these maps together, or bringing in your photo and turning that photo into an interactive map. Either one. Let me go into the Asian village. Alright, so actually, yeah, I'll go into Asian village. I haven't been there in a minute. I need to make sure he works in there too. Been testing the. I've been testing the icy road a lot, so I don't really know. We're about to find out together once again. So So look, okay. You have a Venture Man. You have the male robot. You have stylized third person, which is basically the male robot, just third person. Male robot first person, obviously it's first person, and you have me here as founder. And there's 21 other avatars that I'll be adding to this list. Okay, he is shiny. Got it. So he looks a lot better on this map, but now you can see the holes in his shirt, see some holes in his pants. So again, that's not the game. That's literally me being lazy on the avatar creation. I think I created this avatar in 10 minutes. I could have spent a good hour and it would have been really good, but I just wanted to get him in just to make sure it works. But it does work pretty good. And again, so I came to this map to show what I mean by the danger zones and changing the map. So if you're at one part of the icy road, this could have turned into like the road could have been extended slightly and gave the ability of you now driving into this map. So let's say the road was over here, you would then drive in and then it would come into this part of the map. Another good example is Assassin's Creed. So you know how like Assassin's Creed over time just got bigger and bigger as a game, and how that's happening is because they're just putting certain maps. Like think about it, like they're creating different Assassin's Creeds, and yeah, there might be different types of maps that you're seeing, and different. It looks different each time, but over time, when you have a game like that, you can repurpose the maps you already have, and obviously just change the look of the assets. So that's basically what they're doing when they're developing this game, and when the AI will be developing the game for you, it can do that same thing. It can say, okay, you have this map here. One, I can repurpose this current map to be the same thing, but just change up these objects and these colors and the effects over here so it looks better, right? And then maybe when I get to the Asian village, it's raining. So automatically the game would say, all right, I'm gonna make it rain. Once this person drives into this place and now it's raining, right? Or it's nighttime, so all those things would easily happen by doing that. So yeah, I just gotta add that, and you can see here it's only rating on this section of the map of where I said to make it rain. You can make the whole map rain, or you can say this specific section rains because in the game it might have a cutscene of you walking through a city, for example. Let's say you walk into a bar, and as you're in the bar, he's walking out now, and it's raining because he was in the bar talking to a person. Now the scene got more dramatic, right? So now when he walks out the bar, it's just raining really in that one section. It's not raining in the whole game. It's just right where he's standing, and maybe his journey point of where he's going from A to B. But let's say once the A to B is done, he's back into sunshine or he's back into nighttime or whatever it is, you know. So those are basically the nuances, but the cool thing that AI will be able to do for you for this game and dramatically help the game development process and hopefully get you guys to make some cool games that I can even play myself. So that is the goal. But it is all working. We are there. I think I just ran into I don't know what that is. But yeah, I mean it is all working very well. And if you see that blue over here, this is another danger zone. That is more visual, so you can see it. So you can see I did add it. Um So it's there, it's just not in the IC roadmap because I just didn't add it there yet. Every time I make a map, I have to create like this block zone. So one, it doesn't let you fall for eternity, but also shows the AI like, okay, I need to extend from this point. The rest of the stuff inside of this blue is safe. So meaning this is that one section of the game and I should be editing this section. If the person's asking me stuff in this section, I will edit it. If I had it go throughout the whole game, it can get confused, and you may have similar objects in one part of the map and in another part, another map. And let's say it's two benches. If those benches are both there, how does it know which one's which? Yeah, you can name it, but if you don't, it gets confused. So anything in that blue zone is like its editing zone, if that makes sense. So yeah, we almost there though. We almost there. The fact that I'm using my own character is crazy. It is crazy. As much as he looks homeless right now and like 70 years old, he's there. It's pretty crazy. And let me see.
Welcome to Manifest Anything. How can I help you?
Hold on. He doesn't have footsteps. I just realized that because I'm now using him. But he's more in tune, so I'm just trying to see the difference. His run looks a lot better than the other run. His clothes for my character is a little better, obviously, but I'm just trying to see how that idol looks. And his idol's not bad. He's standing there fine. Okay, cool. Now I can see better. Nah, the meshes are good. It's just the limbs. So I don't gotta do anything with mesh work unless I do it for the avatar specifically in character creator. But from the bone standpoint, it's this arm thing because you can see here on the adventure character, he don't have that, right? Like his arms are straight. It's ready to interact with anything that's ahead of him or anything he may be holding. If I gave my character a gun right now, he's gonna hold it like this, and it's gonna be a little weird. So I gotta definitely fix the bone, but that's easy. The hardest part was getting him to run straight, to run in general, to be animated, to not have a long neck and be running around with the longest neck in the world. All these long limbs that just look crazy, so I had to fix all that, but we did it. We pretty much did it. It's getting there. So next is gonna be adding what else? I gotta add, like I said, the vehicle stuff, weapon stuff. I'm gonna see how many weapons we can get and add as a baseline. Then you guys will have to create your own. But I'll try to get, again, I'm trying to stick to that 50 number of different assets and different stuff that you can add to the game. But I gotta see because I really don't know how much is available, and I can't spend that much time on generating assets as much as the functionality of the game, at least until the 17th. Once the 17th passes, then I can start going back into generations. I'll see what you guys are doing with the game. So then, we could talk about, okay, you need these things to make these types of games. We're missing that right now. So I'll put my focal point on creating assets for that particular category so you can generate those games. So that's definitely going to be the move, at least for that. But functionality is my key right now. Make sure the game works, AI generates, and you guys are able to play. So we are there though. We are there though. I don't like the double click thing. I have that for me. I don't know if you guys are gonna like that because if you guys, some people, they like avid clickers. Some people click like 3, 4 times. So I might take away this feature where you can like triple click and take away the mesh. I'm doing it for this particular example so I can see like the difference on the skeletons. And so like again, you could see like with his mesh off, his mesh is perfectly lined up, and so is mine on mine character. Just the bones, you can see the arms are dramatically off. So we got a little issue there, but we'll fix that. Let me see. Okay, you can click off of it, but I don't know how you guys are gonna experience with that. I mean, I can leave it for now, and you guys can tell me to take it out or whatever, or I can at least have the AI help you put the meshes back. But if you do that, you're spending coins, and I don't really want you to have to spend coins for meshes that were already there. Now they're removed, and now you gotta re-add them. I think that's kind of corny, so I'm not gonna do that to you guys. But I will do it to a point of letting you remove all the meshes or picking what part of the mesh you want to remove, meaning if you want to change the color of the shirt on this character, you can do that, or because I can make him wood, for example, or I can make him whatever color, but I want to be able to like maybe right click it. I gotta think of a button. There has to be a specific button for the avatar meshes and interactions, because right now when you left click on a mouse, it's gonna bring up this drag and change material menu. But if I add too many on this menu bar, it's not gonna look crazy. It's just gonna be a lot of things there. And I'm already adding one more, so 3 is not bad. But once I add like, maybe I could do a modal. Maybe I could do another modal that just is slightly over to the left, and it just has like these different choices. I'll see how that looks, and I'll even show you guys on live to see what everybody thinks, and try to get some pointers from our Discord and etc. But we'll see. We'll see, because I don't want it to be too congested and it just looks crazy. I almost rather it be on the left side menu where you can come here and change it there, and then the mode will pop up overall of the game, and you could just select the different shirts and they'll put that shirt on the character, which will help us too, because then if people are making things for the marketplace, it'll all be there. We could pull the marketplace in real time into the game, and then you guys can select things from there and just import into your character. So he's wearing that shirt, pants, shoes, or changing the colors because you're in the modal to change that color specifically. So I'll think about it. That'll probably happen when I'm doing the design within the next 2 days, and we'll talk about that specifically. But the next stream is definitely gonna be about vehicles and weapons. Hopefully both of those are done, so I can show you both of those, show you the characters being shooting and stuff. Maybe what I'll do is I'll create like an enemy NPC that has a gun as well, and have him chase me around the map with his weapon, and then we'll actually like have like a little battle. So he's trying to like maybe kill this character, and I gotta do the same to him, and we'll see who wins. But once that's obviously working, we know, okay, the enemies are working, weapons are working, the NPC you're controlling is able to shoot. I do gotta add aim for both first person and third person, and then weapons will be done, because melee should be included in that as I'm going along, so I'm not worried about melee as much. Um, then it's going to be the indicators for the vehicles. So when you're driving, gotta figure out where that's going to go. I'll have it where you can place it where you wanted to place it. So if you want the speedometer to be over here on the left, as someone's driving, it could be there, or you can place it wherever you want to place it, whether it's on the right, top left, top right, and speedometer's there, and then whether the car is in a third person or first person view. But that's a little difficult, because I was even thinking about that the other day. It's like when you generate a vehicle, how do I know the inside of it? So, and then when you're using these AI 3D generation tools, it doesn't generate an inside of it. So gotta figure that out. Like, I don't want to give you a generic inside for all the cars. I can do that. That will help me bypass obviously the stuff, but I gotta think of a solution to where you do generate a car and it generates that inside interior that matches what the car should be. So if you're in a race car, it should have race car elements as its interior. So now if you're driving in first person, it's showing that view correctly. Think Forza Motorsports where you can see the actual inside a game and it looks like a real car. So the only way that for that to happen is I either gotta make different types that automatically do that as a baseline in the game, and then for 3D generations, try to map your generation to what we have existing in the game already. So if you generate a race car, we'll just use our generic race car interior and our end, and it'll do that. Because as of right now, I really can't think of a way to generate that interior and the exterior of the car at the same time. It's just not that lucid yet, you know. But there may be a point of editing your 3D vehicle. So I could talk to our partners about that because I'm not going to be in charge of 3D generation unless the partnership doesn't go through. If it doesn't go through, then your boy has to create a 3D model generator, which it's not hard. I just don't really want to do it right now. Especially for having a partner that already has all these assets, the 3D model built already, and now I don't got to worry about it except doing a profit share and some other things with them, where assets can be created forever. If I gotta build it, that's putting more time into what I gotta do, and ideally, I just want to make sure the game is like perfected to play and build at the same time. So trying to do some time management right now, and yeah, gotta sometimes grab a partner or two to make sure time is being managed. But other than that, yeah, we're good. We're pretty much good. We're getting very close, very very close. I know it don't look like it from a map perspective, but we are getting very close from a functionality standpoint. So not too much longer till this game is actually full blown released and you guys are able to generate your own games and I could play them and see what you guys do. And it won't be like the games you already know because it's going to be your game, literally. So can't wait for that moment. That moment's coming up very shortly. Until then, we will keep doing what we do like we always do. Shout outs to I don't even know how many followers. Seems like a lot. Seems like a lot. I could tell you if I look from E. Bro. Does it tell me on Twitch? It doesn't. Why doesn't it tell me on Twitch? That's crazy. But yeah, no, there's a decent amount of new followers. There's 103 that just watched me. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody that continues to watch me build this stuff because this could potentially be history. It really could. And the fact that I'm building in public and not just building in public, but hopefully you guys are learning as I do certain things and as I'm building this game. If you ever want to build your own game, you can see the nuances that I went through. I know I'm not coding as much in front of you guys, and that's because of switching the screens, and I'm just not the best at that, and I don't have mods. If I had mods, I would, but I don't have them yet that can control my stream and switch to different cameras. Once I get to that point, 100% I will code in front of you guys, especially when the game's released, right? Because then you guys will have the game, and I'll be able to do things in real time by switching to different games and stuff. But the goal is at least get the game out, have the features done, play AILA, and then compare and contrast on the two games and see how much we can build just like this game by just using AI. And like I said, that's our marker. That is our, I don't know the word. I'm like missing words, but I'm so tired. But what is the word I'm trying to think of? It's not marker. It's our inspiration. I don't know what the fuck word I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's basically the game that we're gonna use as, I don't know. Again, the word is literally slipping my brain. As soon as I even think about saying it, it's like, nope, I'm gone. I'm just don't want to say it no more. So whatever. We're gonna call it. We're just gonna call it. We're gonna say this was a good stream, even if it was a bad stream. I don't care. It was a good stream. We got, I think, 75 new followers out of this. So thank you guys. I will be back tomorrow. I know I said either tomorrow or the next day, but I will be back tomorrow because I'll make sure I put in as much work as I can to at least be at a certain point to show more stuff. Whether it's everything I said or even just half of that, it don't matter. But I do only have 5 days, so I do need to get cranking very quickly. I will be uploading this on Steam. Steam, if they do the review quickly, they may release the game as a demo prior to the 17th. If they do that, I will stream specifically because that means you guys have access to the game on Steam, which means you'll have the exact build that I have in real time. And that build will evolve as I do these streams. So then I will have to come up with some type of modding situation because I want to show you guys what I did to add that next feature. Show you that, okay, once I'm done with the stream, I will be uploading that feature. Like I said, it takes about 5 hours, 5 to 10-ish, depending on how big that feature was that I added. Once it's on Steam, you get it. So I'm definitely going to do with that process where I'm going to be building in front of you more, and especially on the code side, so you see what code I'm adding in, and you can see the improvements of what the AI can do in real time. So that is the game. That is the move. That is what we're going to do. And in the meantime and in between time, keep smiling, keep being you, keep doing your thing. I will continue to do mine. And I hope you guys just keep being happy and striving for something that you love and striving to make your life the best it can be, because you only get one of these, whether you believe in reincarnation or not. At this moment right now, you are living, so stay in that moment. Keep doing something. Make yourself proud and others around you proud. And just keep doing your thing. I'll be back soon. All right.